Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Looky what I got here. I got CN Designer Dip's You're a Star collection, and this is a collection as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it. So we got a little bit of everything going on here. We got some glitters, we got some solids, we got some UV changing, we got some glow. It's a thing, guys. So I'm going to take you through all of it. We'll go through the swatches and we'll put together a mani, and then I'm actually going to show you a technique to do some hand painted clouds that would also be versatile and could apply to other art techniques too. So if all that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around, we're getting into it. So remember I told you a couple of videos ago that I wasn't really into UV changers or temp changers, so you're probably wondering, why do I have a UV changer collection? I don't know. I can't tell you the answer to that. I saw the indoor swatches and the outdoor swatches. I thought they both looked beautiful, and I don't know, the cute little stars. I don't know. I just really love the colors. It just spoke to me. So sometimes, you know, you just have to eat your words a little bit, and I'm a big girl. I can handle it. So basically what we have here is 8 dips with 4 coordinating colors. So we have 4 solids that are UV changers, and then we have 4 glitters that are UV changers and glows. So really cute concept, and I think the collection was very well thought out and a nice small curated collection. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the swatches. So before we get started, I did want to share with you this kind note and this base coat that I received from the owner. She saw my initial first impressions on the liquids and noticed how I said they were kind of fast drying, so she wanted to send me another one just in case maybe something happened in transit with all the temperature changes and all that. So I just wanted to show that to you guys, because really that's just one of the many reasons why I love this company and have so much respect for the owner. That was absolutely something she didn't have to do. It was just really kind. So I'm going to be using these again today, and we'll see how it goes as far as the dry time. So right off the bat, I realized that after I had gotten through the first layer of the solid, I wasn't recording, so yay me, way to go YouTuber. So you missed the very first layer, so I'm going to leave the second layer here normal speed, but I did want to share with you that these are not, I wouldn't really call them jellies, but they're a little bit on the sheer side, which I actually really like. But I did want to point that out in case you were looking for more of like a full-on opaqueness. You might need to do a 3rd or 4th layer. As for me, I typically do 2 on most dips, and 2 is fine with me. I really like the color and the opacity on it after 2 dips. And I did find these to be very smooth and very easy to apply. So I'm going to go ahead and finish dipping out the solid, and then once we get to the glitter, I'll kind of share with you my updated experiences on this new base coat.
I was worried you blowed my reputation, but I figured it's not on me. Yeah. The way you're making me shiver, your hands on myself, I keep pulling the trigger, alright. This very finger for people like them. Oh no. Well, darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky. Oh, it's the way you make me feel so good, right now. It's the way you make me feel so good. I keep on falling astray from my intuition, but I'm pretending it's not my fault. No. The way you make me glitter, you drink me like liquor, keep painting the picture, alright. No, I don't care much for people like them. Oh no. Well, darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky. Oh, it's the way you make me feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good.
Okay, so while I finished up the second layer of this glitter, let me go ahead and give you some updated thoughts on this base liquid. So I don't know how much you can tell just by my application, but I'm struggling a little bit here with the dry time still on the chunky glitter. So I'm somebody who really takes my time with glitters and kind of messes with them and manipulates them, and so this is just drying a little too quickly for me to do that, and I found myself having some pieces that were still sticking up that I could no longer get to manipulate anymore because the liquid had already dried. So, I know that about myself. I'm definitely somebody who takes my time with glitters. So this is not going to be ideal for me to use on glitters. But I will say that I definitely had a much easier time with the solid with this liquid this time. So I definitely still had enough time to clean up the cuticle area. And I appreciate the fact that it dried quickly because I didn't have to wait. And everything looked really smooth. So I think it's just something that I will keep for solids. And I will continue to use my slower drying liquids for glitters, but I can't stress enough that this is all personal preference, guys. Just because I don't see myself using it on glitters again doesn't mean that I don't think you would like it for that purpose. It's really just up to you and what your preference is. So all this to say, the glitter nails came out a little bit chunkier than what I was going for, but you know what, it still turned out cute and I'm happy with it. So I'm going to go ahead and encapsulate these with the 2020 clear that I got in my liquids starter kit. So I'm really glad to have this. This is a very nice clear, and I think if you're shopping CNDD and you want to pick up some more clear, I definitely think you would like this one. Alright, so the dipping is all finished up, so I'm going to jump off camera real quick and file and buff these, and I'll be right back. Okay, so everything cleaned up beautifully, and I went ahead and put my gel top coat on the glitter nails, and they look lovely. So we're going to go ahead and finish up these two solid nails, the pointer and the ring, with some really easy nail art. So we're just going to lay down a quick layer of gel top coat because we are going to be using gel polish to do the actual artwork. But I'm telling you guys, it is super simple, and I see several applications for this technique I'm about to show you, so I'll get to that here as we actually start the artwork. Check out that amazing color change after curing that base coat. It looks awesome, right? So I'm just taking my white liner gel here, but you could just use regular white gel polish, and I'm just putting a little bit down on my palette, and we're going to use this to create the clouds, and that's it. That's all we're going to need. Alright, so I'm just taking my white gel polish on this detail brush, and all I'm really going to do is make like flat M shapes, kind of like you were doing like a graphic version of a seagull. You're really just kind of putting it down in that M shape, and I like to do 3, but you can do 2. You know, you can kind of do this however you want, but just kind of get a rough shape on there, and don't worry at all about this being perfect, because when have you ever looked up in the sky and seen a perfectly shaped cloud? So once I've got that on there, I grab this cheap little flat brush, and any cheap flat brush will work. You don't need a fancy one. This one I think came with my Savlon gel paints. But all you're going to do is you'll actually wet it with some alcohol and then dry the excess off on a paper towel or lid-free wipe. And then just start kind of dragging down that gel paint that you put on there. And I want to be clear, you don't want your brush to be saturated with alcohol. You just want to get it in the alcohol, but then dab 90% of it off. You really want it to be like just barely damp, and that's what you're going to use to actually kind of spread out that gel polish that you put on there. And you can keep going back in like I'm doing here and adding more polish and then going back in with the brush. You can do that several times before you cure it until you're happy with the way the shape looks. I'll zoom in real quick just so you can get a really close look at what I'm doing, but it's really as simple as that. Just put down your squiggly lines, take a very, very, very slightly damp flat brush, just start pulling that down a little bit. Try not to start at the very top, start just like on the bottom side of where you drew the lines to pull them down, so that you still have a little bit of that sharp, crisp white detail on top of the clouds like you would see in a cloud in the sky. Now I'm going to speed up from this point because all I'm really going to be doing is repeating exactly what I just did with all the other clouds. And I've got 2 nails to do, so I'm not going to make you sit through all of that at regular speed. We'll speed this up some. But I just want you to get the idea that I'm just really repeating the same process. And at any point, if you would feel better flash curing, then go right ahead. I didn't flash cure between clouds. I did flash cure between nails, but not between clouds. Just because I felt like this wasn't something that I was going to have to keep redoing, because there really is no right way to do this. It's just make it look like clouds and keep messing with it until you're happy with it. So if you want to flash cure between clouds, you can, but you definitely don't have to. Alright, so at this point you can either flash cure it or you can go ahead and fully cure it before you start on the next nail. It's really up to you, but go ahead and at least flash cure it so that's kind of stuck down while you work on the next nail. That looks amazing just like that, right? See, that's why I wanted to do the cloud nail art on these nails, because I love that it looks really cool with the light blue or the light teal, but then it also looks really neat with the dark blue. Alright, so the reason why I say this is something versatile that could be used for other things is, one thing that I could really see you using this for is if you were going to do like, say, like ocean waves, or like maybe a beach, like a shoreline, and you wanted to show the waves kind of crashing against the sand. This would be a great technique. You would use the exact same process, just maybe you might angle it a little bit differently to make it look more like waves and clouds, but pretty much the same thing. So I really do think this is something that you could use for a lot of different applications. So once you have fully cured everything, I'm just finishing up here with a gel top coat, or if you felt like you needed a little bit more coverage, you could go ahead and put another layer of gel base and then another layer of gel top coat, whatever works for you, but I found that this was enough for me. Okay guys, so here is the finished look, and I am loving this cloud nail art, and it was so simple to do, and I think it looks super cool whether it's indoors or the color change with the outdoors. I really do love these. So I am ready to go in and finish up with some cuticle oil, and I have a limited edition one here for you that is launching at the time of this video. If you're watching it when it goes live, it'll be tonight, Friday the 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern, and this is called Voyage. And let me tell you, if you're looking for a tropical scent, this is it right here, guys. This is a blend of passion fruit, kiwi, coconut, mango, and pineapple. And yes, it smells just as amazing as it sounds. And you know I love this formula of balms. So, you know, lately her limited editions have been selling out, guys. So if you want this one, I would be there as soon as you can at time of launch. And don't forget, you can use code CARRY10 to save 10% on your purchase. I popped these nails back in the lamp just for a second so you can kind of see the stages of the color change. So here it is fresh out of the lamp, and then after a little bit it changes to this medium blue and then back to the teal. I really love the depth of the color change, and it's very sensitive. It changes color very easily. So what do you guys think of these color changers? And remember, these stars glow too, which is just an extra bonus. Did you guys pick anything up from this collection? Because I really am glad that I picked it up. And I know I said it's not something I would typically go for, but I think that is so fun about dips. Like, you can kind of experiment and play around with different colors and different formulas. And sometimes things that you don't think you really like that much, you end up loving. So I absolutely love this collection from CNDD and 100% recommend this collection if you're looking to pick up any UV changers and or glows. And whether you're looking to recreate these clouds or make some waves or do something else with this technique, I hope if you try it, you'll tag me. I would love to see this on Instagram if you try it out. So that is going to complete this video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you have not subscribed already, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. We got new content coming every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Central. So as always, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Well, darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly.